In this video, we're going through the full GoHighLevel Agent Studio setup, what it is, where to find it, and every single click you need to get your first AI agent up and running today. My name is Erin, and on this channel, we break down GoHighLevel in a way that actually makes sense. If you're new here, hit subscribe because we do this every week. Now let's build your first AI agent. So let's talk about what an AI agent is before we dive in. Think of it like a team member that never clocks out. When someone reaches out to your business, whether it's through SMS, your website chat, Instagram, or Facebook, the AI agent responds instantly. It can answer questions about your business, collect their contact information, and even book appointments all on its own. So instead of leads sitting there waiting hours for a reply and moving on to someone else, they get a response right away, no matter what time it is, no matter what you're doing. And if you want to follow along inside GoHighLevel, I've put an extended 30-day free trial link down below. It also includes our full pre-built snapshot with hundreds of templates, automations, and coaching resources, so you can skip a ton of setup. And if you're already a GoHighLevel user, upgrade through our link to unlock those same bonuses on your existing account. All right, so once you're inside of your GoHighLevel account, here's what you're gonna do. Go to the left sidebar, and then you're gonna scroll down until you see AI agents. It has a little robot icon next to it, and so we're gonna click on that. So that's gonna bring you right to this page you're looking at now. You'll see a headline that says your business is losing customers every day, and a comparison table underneath it showing human agent versus AI agent performance side by side. You don't need to read through all of this. It's just GoHighLevel showing you why this feature exists. The only thing you need to do is click on Get Started. So when you click Get Started, a pop-up appears that says Create New Bot. You'll see three options. There's General Q&A, Appointment Booking, and Start from Scratch. So here's what each one means. General Q&A is for answering customer questions about your business, things like hours, services, or pricing. Appointment Booking is more advanced. It handles scheduling and works with your calendar inside of GoHighLevel. And then Start from Scratch lets you build something fully custom from the ground up. For this tutorial, we're going to go with General Q&A. It's the fastest to set up, the easiest to understand, and it's the one most businesses actually need first. You can always build an appointment booking agent later once you're comfortable with how this works. Okay, so once we selected that, we'll click on Continue. Now you're inside the Create Agent screen, so you'll see 4 tabs at the top. We have Bot Settings, Bot Training, Bot Goals, and Dashboard. Right now you're on the bot settings, and this is where you set up the basics of how your agent operates. So the first field you'll see is the bot name. So click on that field and type your business name followed by the word bot or assistant. So if your business is called Sunrise Marketing, we're going to go ahead and type in Sunrise Marketing, and then we'll put assistant. So this is the name your bot will use when it introduces itself in conversations. So make it feel like part of your team, not like an actual robot. Next is bot status. So you're going to see 3 options. We have off, suggestive, and autopilot. Off means the bot does nothing. Suggestive means the bot drafts replies for you to review before they send. This is good if you want to stay in control while you're getting comfortable. And then autopilot means the bot replies on its own without you needing to approve anything. For right now, set it to suggestive so you can see what it's doing before it goes fully live. You can switch it to autopilot later once you trust how it's responding. Below that is supported communication channels. This is where you choose where the bot will actually run. You'll see options for SMS, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. So click on the ones that apply to your business. If you have a chat widget on your website, select chat widget. If you're using SMS to follow up with the leads, you want to select SMS. For most businesses starting out though, SMS and chat widget are the 2 most important ones. So click each channel you want to activate and then it'll add to the list. So now we're on advanced settings. So the first field says business name. Default is the location name. So click into that field and type your actual business name, exactly how you want your customers to see it. So for example, if your business is called Sunrise Marketing, type Sunrise Marketing. If it's Smith Dental Studio, type Smith Dental Studio. Don't abbreviate it. Don't add LLC or INC, just the clean name your customers recognize. So I'll put Sunrise Marketing. Below that is the autopilot mode. You'll see 2 settings here. The first is wait time before responding. It's set to 2 seconds by default. Leave it at 2. It gives the bot a tiny pause before it replies, so it feels natural instead of instant and robotic. The second is maximum messages a bot can send in a conversation. It's set to 75 by default. Leave that alone too. That's more than enough for any normal customer conversation. You'll also see 2 toggle options, images and voice notes. Both are off by default. leave them off for now. They're not needed for a basic general Q&A setup, and they can slow down response times. There's also send bot to sleep option with manual message and workflow message toggles. Leave both of these off for now as well. So once everything looks good, scroll down to the bottom, and then we're going to click on save. Okay, so once that's saved, we're going to click on bot training. So you're going to see a section called add knowledge base triggers. This is where you connect your bot to information about your business so it can actually answer questions correctly instead of giving generic responses. So you're going to click on the dropdown and select your knowledge base. I'm selecting marketing agency FAQs. Then in the instructions field, type something like use this knowledge base when the customer asks about services, pricing, or business information, and then I'm going to click on save. If you don't have a knowledge base yet, you can also create one. So like we did earlier, if you don't have this set up, what you could do is exit and then click on create new. And then at the top, you want to give it a name like my business FAQs. You can add a short description of what it covers and click on create. And from there, you can add your services, pricing, hours, and FAQs. But once it's built, come back here and then connect it. But this is what gives your bot a brain, so don't skip it. Now click on the bot goals tab. This is the most important tab in the whole setup. This is where you tell the bot who it is, how to talk, and what it's trying to accomplish. The first field is personality. This is already pre-filled with some default text, but you want to replace it with something specific to your business. So we're going to clear it out, and then we're going to type this new one. So I put in, you are a friendly and professional assistant for, and then your business name. Your job is to answer questions clearly, make customers feel welcomed, and guide them towards taking the next step. Always respond in a warm, helpful, and concise tone. Never make up information. If you don't know the answer, let the customer know and offer to connect them with a team member. So obviously replace your business name with your actual business name, and that's it. That one prompt alone will make your bot sound way more human and on brand than the default. So below that is the goal field. So keep this simple and direct. You can type in something like your goal is to answer customer questions accurately and help them feel confident about working with us. Then scroll down to additional information. So you'll see that it's also pre-filled with conversation guidelines, things like keeping responses brief, mirroring the customer's tone, and steering conversations back on topic. These are actually really solid defaults, so I'm going to leave them exactly as they are. Now we're going to see set up your action. So these are buttons that add specific capabilities to your bot. So let me walk you through what each one does. So there's appointment booking. Clicking this lets the bot book appointments directly into your GoHighLevel calendar. We're not setting this up today since we're doing general Q&A, but it's there when you are ready. Contact info, this tells the bot to collect the customer's name, email, and phone number during the conversation. This is really useful because it means every conversation can turn into a lead captured into your CRM automatically. You want to click this one and set it up at minimum, have the bot collect name and email. Human handover, now this one is one of the most important ones. It tells the bot that when a customer asks to speak to a human or when the bot can't answer something, it should flag the conversation and notify your team. Click this and set it up so your team gets notified when a handover happens. There's also stop bot, so this pauses the bot on a specific conversation, useful for when a team member jumps in to handle something manually. Then there's auto follow-up, so this tells the bot to send a follow-up message after a set amount of time if the customer goes quiet, so it's good for keeping conversations active. Overall though, I would set up contact info and human handover at minimum before you save. So we're going to click on contact info. A pop-up will appear. This is where you tell the bot what information to collect from the customer. You can set it up to capture name, email, and phone number. For each one, click add new field, choose the contact field from the dropdown and tell the bot what to ask for. Something like ask the customer for their first name or ask the customer for their email address. Then you want to click on save. Now click on human handover. So you'll see 3 scenarios already set up. There's human requested, lack of information, and failed to resolve. Leave this on. The trigger condition for human requested already says direct request to speak with human, and the example phrases show I want to talk to the manager and I want to talk to a human. That's exactly right. Leave it as is and click save. Now here's the fun part. On the right side, you'll see a panel that says test your bot with a send a message field at the bottom. This is a live preview where you can actually talk to your bot right now before it goes live. So click into the send a message field and type a question a customer might actually ask. Something like, what services do you offer, or how do I get started? And then click on enter. So you'll see the bot respond in real time. It says we offer a range of marketing services and so on. But yeah, that is a real response from the bot based on the information it has access to. Test it a few times with different questions. Ask it something it might not know the answer to and then see how it handles it. So if the responses feel off, if it's too generic, if they use the wrong tone, or they miss information, you want to go back to the bot's goal tab and adjust your personality or additional information fields, then test it again. Keep going until the responses feel like something your business would actually say. This testing step is not optional. Don't skip this. This is how you catch problems before your customers do. Then remember to click on save. So the last tab is your dashboard. You'll see your bot's performance metrics, your total unique contacts, total actions triggered, total appointments booked, and time saved. Right now, these will all show dashes because your bot hasn't had any conversations yet, but once it's live and running, this is where you come to see how it is performing. Check this weekly. If you're seeing a lot of conversations, but not many actions triggered, it means people are talking to the bot, but they're not converting, which usually means your bot goals needs to be tightened up. If time saved is climbing, that means the bot is actually doing its job and taking work off your plate. Once you've filled in your bot settings, connected a knowledge base in bot training, set up your personality and goals, added contact info and human handover actions, and tested your bot, you're ready to go live. So you're going to go back to the bot settings and then you're going to find set bot status, and then we're going to change it from suggestive to autopilot, and then we're going to click on save. Your bot is now live and will start responding to conversations on the channels you selected automatically. One thing to keep in mind, the bot gets better over time. The more conversations it has, the more you'll notice patterns in what it handles well and what it doesn't. If you see something that's not handled right, go back into bot goals and add a rule or clarify the personality. Think of it like training a new team member. It takes a little time to dial in, but once it's running well, it runs without you. That is the full GoHighLevel AI agent setup, from finding it in your account to naming your bot, connecting your knowledge base, writing your personality and goals, testing it live, and switching it on. And of course, if you're not on GoHighLevel yet, use the link in the description below for an extended 30-day free trial. It comes with our full pre-built snapshot so you can skip a ton of setup. And if you're already a user, upgrade through our link below to unlock those same bonuses on your existing account. Drop a comment if this helped or if you ran into something you couldn't figure out. I read every single one. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Erin from GoHighLevel Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.